Hi, my name is Jhenene. Welcome to my studio apartment in New York City. So when you first walk in, you see the kitchen right here on this side, and then I have my entryway area. It's a studio apartment, so it's literally just a wall. Initially, when I first moved in, I wanted to do like a seating area, but the way the door opens in the apartment, I just thought it would be better to utilize the space differently. So I had a TaskRabbit come in and they mounted everything on the wall, and then they mounted the shoe racks, and I just felt like that was a better way to utilize the space. And yeah, it worked out. I have just everything I need to grab on my way out the door. It's just like my workout gloves, my Ray-Bans, Trader Joe's bag, and all the shoes that I wear like every single day. Okay, so this is my kitchen area. It's literally just a wall. It's my alleyway kitchen, and I love it. It's smaller, but it has enough storage for me. I'm just one person. I don't need a ton of storage, and I'm also not much of a cook. I cook for survival. It's funny, so when I first moved into this apartment, I was like, oh, I'm gonna take the minimalistic approach, and it's gonna be really chic, but it just wasn't sustainable. And so I decided to just leave all the stuff that I use every day on the counter. So I have my huge air fryer that I use every day, and then my coffee maker. And I'm really big on like aromatherapy. So I thrive off smell, I feel like. So the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is turn on this diffuser just to get some good smells going. And then I light a candle. And this candle is a Jhenene candle. I'm a huge fan of hers. I love her candles. This is like the first apartment that I've lived in that had an updated kitchen. So I was really excited about that. I have a dishwasher and I don't know how to use it because I've never had a dishwasher before. So I was actually surprised that they had a full-size refrigerator. In my last studio apartment, it was in a pre-war building. And so the kitchen was a separate area. Everything needed to be replaced, which is very typical in New York. A lot of the kitchens and bathrooms are dated. So I was really happy to, have a glow up and have a nice kitchen. Okay, so obviously I live in a studio apartment, so I had to utilize all the space that I could. So this is quote unquote my dining table. And to be honest with y'all, I don't eat here. I sit here and I pay bills, and it's so funny. I sit here and pay bills in this chair, not this one. I've never sat in this chair. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I really just use it more as a decor moment. Again, my Jhenene candle, and then I have flowers that I switch out like every week from Trader Joe's. You know, I have this mirror here when I leave in the morning and I'm getting ready. I can kind of check myself, but it's nice to have the seating area when I do use it. Like if a friend comes over, they have some place to sit. So, we're not just on the floor. So off to the right is my bathroom. I am obsessed with this bathroom. I love this bathroom. And I usually have this light on in the bathroom. I don't use the two big lights, but I'm gonna use it since we're filming. It's really aggressive. But usually I have the small light on in the bathroom. And this is actually a pop light. One of the influencers that I follow, I got this pop light as a recommendation. And it's from a woman-owned company, and I love it because I didn't have to like drill or anything like that. I just popped it on with some adhesive, charged the little like bulb, and that was it. I didn't have to do anything else, no drilling. It's really common in New York City to have dated bathrooms because the landlords really don't want to pay to renovate the bathrooms because it's very expensive. So usually they just paint over it. So I was so happy to actually move into an upgraded building and be able to live in a bathroom that is, a little bit newer. I tried to incorporate just things in the bathroom that inspire me. I spend a lot of time in here. I do my affirmations in here. I do my self-care. So I really wanted to like walk in and feel inspired. So that's why there is a lot of things. So everything you see in this bathroom just gives me good vibes, gives me good energy. I actually got this illustration from Etsy from a Black-owned company, and it just says, to be young, gifted, and Black. When I wake up in the morning, start my day, I love looking at it because it's inspiring to me. I like a good, moody vibey bathroom. And to the right of the bathroom on this wall is really where I took a chance to like utilize the wall space. So when I first moved into this apartment, the only thing that I could use for storage was the sink. They didn't have anything else. So I had a TaskRabbit come in and put up these shelves that I got from Amazon. And then they also put up this towel rack, and I added just, you know, it's just some things for self-care. I added this towel warmer that's really nice. New York City in the winter, it's like 12 degrees outside, so it's really nice. I just actually replaced my shower curtain, and I actually got this inspo from Josh in the Art of Interiors. I saw his shower curtain and I was like, oh, I need a clear shower curtain like this. So I found this. It's a similar one that he had on Amazon, and I'm obsessed with it. So right before you enter the main living space, I have this iconic Waiting to Exhale poster. I get so many compliments on this poster just from my girlfriends when they come visit me. I just love it. It inspires me every day when I get up in the morning and I get to see it. And it's just, I don't know, it kind of encompasses everything that I feel that Black women are. You know, we're light, we're soulful, we're happy. And so I just get so happy just looking at it. So this is my living room, bedroom, my work area, my meditation area. This is just where I do mostly everything in my studio apartment. It's just one big room. So this is my seating area. I went back and forth with if I wanted to get a Murphy bed or if I wanted to do a couch bed situation. And then I wasn't really sure. I was like, maybe I can do updated like day bed. And I went back and forth in my mind. And I know a lot of people will probably see this and be like, you should have just went with a Murphy bed to utilize more space. I think Murphy beds are great, by the way, but I don't know, there's something about getting up in the morning and making my bed and seeing the finished product. It's just inspiring to me. And also I paid a lot of money for this furniture, so I want people to see it. I don't mind people seeing my bed. So this is my little seating area. When I get up in the morning, I usually do my meditations here. I read from my Bible here. I have my coffee, my matcha here. I do use it as like a reading chair as well. I just wanted a little corner that I could utilize that wasn't necessarily the couch area. Since I live in a studio apartment, I just wanted to make sure I had as much seating as possible. And I went back and forth about if I wanted to get a stool situation that was also like a coffee table that I can sit on, but I was like, that just didn't feel comfortable. So I decided to just go with full-size furniture. I think a lot of people think that when you live in a small space, you should get smaller pieces, but in my opinion, I feel like it makes the space look smaller. So I think that you should go with like full-size furniture. So I decided to just go with a regular size chair and be comfortable. Yeah, so this photo is actually from Pinterest. A friend actually sent this to me when I first moved to New York, and I had a roommate at a time, and I said, you know, when I get my first apartment, I'll frame it. And so when I was able to live alone, this was like one of the first things that I wanted to put up. I'm originally from the Bay, I'm from San Francisco, born and raised there. And so I used to live in Brooklyn. So she was like, oh yeah, I know you live in Queens, but it's a really cute photo that kind of represents where your heart is. And then this is a little cute decor moment. I usually switch out the candles, maybe like every 2 weeks. I have a candle session. I have way too many candles, basically. And so this candle is actually brand new. I got it from Cadence Candles, which is it's a Black-owned, women-owned candle company. And so what's really cool about their candles though, is that each candle you buy has a QR code with a Spotify playlist. Usually like when I'm trying to unwind at the end of the day, I just pop on the playlist and chill and light a candle and just, you know, vibe out. You know, we have Mother Rihanna. I had to have her here because I love her. And then I have my flowers from Trader Joe's that I try to switch out at least like every week. It's just really nice to have something that's live in the apartment, especially like in a small space. And then I have some spray from Igasi, which is also a Black-owned brand. I use it as a room spray, but I spray it on my bed. You can spray it anywhere. And then my Marshall speaker and my Supreme Models book that I got from Amazon. I find it just really inspiring to read about Black women in the industry. So this is my Samsung TV. It's bigger than my entire apartment, but I do watch a lot of TV. During the day when I work from home, I like to keep it on because I just hate the look of a black box on the wall. I usually like switch it out every day, just with different images that either calm me or inspire me. So yeah. Okay, so in this corner is my little wellness area. I usually try to switch out the flowers every few weeks. And then I have my little affirmation cards that I read every morning, that I try to switch out every morning. I usually have some sort of incense. So right now I have my sage sticks that I smudge every Sunday, just to kind of get all of the negative energy out of the apartment. And then I have my journal here. So I have it out so I remember to write it in every morning. My We the Urban, which I love. I'm not sure who needs to hear this. It's just like a great book of just beautiful reminders for the soul, different like affirmations and things that inspire me every morning. So I usually do that and follow up my journal, and then I'll read some Bible verses, you know, just to start the morning off. And then here is my mirror that I use every day for my fit check before I walk out the door. And so this mirror is actually from Wayfair, and I actually got it on, it was like a Black Friday sale like 3 or 4 years ago. And it was great because it kind of looks like the Our House mirror, but I was not paying $2,000 for Our House mirror. I'm just not doing that. And I got this mirror for like $300. So it was a great buy. Initially it was silver, but I just went to my local hardware store and I just painted it gold. I felt like it kind of went with the space more. So this is the only window in my apartment. It's the big window in my apartment. It lets in a lot of light. Right now it's overcast, so you can't really tell. But on a sunny day, I love it because the light just floods in. And that's sort of why I positioned my bed right by the window. So when I wake up in the morning, it's like a nice start to my day. When I first moved in, I had white curtains. I wanted to switch it up and not be so much in the beige. So I decided to go with color curtains. I'm really glad I did because I feel like it just really brightens up the space a little bit more. And then I don't have room for like a second nightstand because this right here is the AC. So I didn't want to put a nightstand here. I got this from Marshall's. It's like a shelf side table. So I use it as my nightstand. And then I also have this little nightstand that hooks into my bed. Okay, so this is my bed from Article. I bought the bed and the couch as a pair. And I wanted to go with like a neutral color because I wanted to be able to switch out the duvet when I needed to. It was a great investment because I can switch out different pillowcases and different duvets and it won't clash. I can kind of just play around with it. And it's important to have, you know, a comfortable place to sleep. So I've had like the best sleep of my life in this bed. And then right above the bed are these Etsy illustrations that I downloaded. It looks a lot different from when I first moved in. As I lived and grew in the space, I was like, I really want to wake up every morning and look at things that inspire me. I decided to switch it out and go with these Etsy images. And it's so funny when my girlfriends come over, they always ask me, they're like, are those your hands? And I'm like, no, they're not my hands, but that's why I got them because I'm always getting my nails done and things like that. So they go well in my space because it kind of represents me and the things that I like. So this is my work from home area. I work from home 2 days out of the week, but I really wanted to have a space that was situated in my apartment that was dedicated to work and then also just like other creative things I wanted to do on the side. I went back and forth because I was like, should I utilize the space more and put the dresser here? But I felt like the closet was big enough that I could sort of just have a work from home area. And I'm really blessed because in this building, we do have a co-working space, but there's just something about being able to just get up in the morning and roll out of bed and just log on. So I have my little tablet here and then my iMac and I have my little joystick here because I do play video games. So that's really nice. So this is my closet. It's the only closet in the apartment, but it's nice because it's actually really deep. It runs the space of this wall. So I feel really blessed to have a large closet in a studio apartment because that's not usually the case. I basically put everything in here and listen, it's not, you know, organization. I'm still working on my organization skills. It's a work in progress, but this is real life. So yeah, I have like just all of my clothes and look, we do the best we can. Okay, we do the best we can. I feel really blessed to have a space where the closet is very deep. So I'm able to put in a lot here, which is great because it's like the only storage that I have. So I have my vacuum, I have all my clothes. I tried to organize the best I can. My name is Jhenene. Thank you so much for visiting my studio apartment. I really feel blessed to be able to live in a space like this, living in New York City. Coming from San Francisco, the Bay Area, it's a bit different, but I did move from one big city to a larger city. I feel like there's like this misconception that if you are renting or if you lived in a smaller space that you're somehow failing at life, you're not winning at life. And I feel like you should make the most of whatever you have. You worked hard, you'd invest in it. If you live in a basement apartment or if you live in a high rise, you know, it's yours. So you should be proud of it because it's yours. So I've been in New York for, oh my God, it's been like 8 years now. The time flies. And the first 2 years, I actually lived in Brooklyn. And then I moved to Queens, where I finally am now living. I love Queens so far. And it's just been a really great experience living here and just experiencing like all the different cultures and the different people. And I just feel really fortunate to be able to live in a space like this. A lot of people, you know, move here and they're not able to make it work. Because New York is just so crazy, I really wanted to come in and feel like I could take a breath. And so that's what I tried to do with this space. Even though I do live in a smaller space, I still feel like it's elevated, you know? I still feel like the glow up is real here. So I just feel really fortunate to live in a place like this. I hope you enjoyed touring my studio apartment. Bye.
Do you want your space featured in one of our home tours? You can submit it using the link in the description below.